Welcome to weekly view on markets. Markets continue consolidation during this week also. PSU banks gained the most during this week and Bank Nifty has shown strength with the support of PSU banks. Most of the sectoral indices consolidated with minor gains or losses. There were stock specific movements based on quarterly four results. Result season comes to an end. Overall results show around 15% increase in earnings of the companies. So that means the overall result season is quite good. Markets look forward for RBI policy meeting in the first week of June, and RBI is expected to cut the interest rate. Uh, Inflation is coming down. That is the reason RBI may cut interest rate. Monsoon has arrived early and it is widespread. This is a good news for Indian economy and for the markets. Quarterly 4 GDP growth has come at 7.4%. It is slightly higher than the estimate. And overall, for the full year, economy has grown at 6.5%. Market is likely to give breakout on the upside after consolidation. Overall sentiment is turning positive in the market. Investors should remain invested for good returns in the long term. Nifty has closed at 24,750 with a loss of 102 points. Bank Nifty has closed at 55,749 with a gain of 351 points. So Bank Nifty is showing good strength. Mid cap index and small cap index continue to outperform, gaining more than 1% each. India VIX is at 16.07. India VIX has come down. That shows improvement in the overall sentiment of the market. Most of the sectors consolidated during this week. PSU banks gained around 4%, whereas private banks lost about 0.16%. Media companies, realty sector gained around 1%. Energy, manufacturing, NBFCs, pharma, all these sector consolidated with minor gains. FMCG sector lost around 2.16%. Commodities stocks lost about 1.61%. Automobile, public sector enterprises, consumer durables, oil and gas, healthcare, metals, all consolidated with minor losses during this week. Now let us look at technical charts. This is the daily chart of Nifty. We can see Nifty is trading in a range. The upper side resistance is at around 26,000 and on the lower side it is 24,000. So Nifty may either consolidate for some more time and finally I'm quite sure Nifty will break out on the upside. This is a chart of Nifty mid cap index. Mid cap index is making higher tops and higher bottoms. Clearly, it is in an uptrend and support for Nifty mid cap index is at around 55,500 and resistance is at around 57,000. Mid cap index also on the basis of good results is likely to break out on the upside. This is the chart of Nifty small cap index. Small cap index also you can see is making higher tops, higher bottoms. It is clearly in an uptrend, and there is a consolidation of about 1 week to 10 days. And in this consolidation also you can see it is slowly trying to go upwards. So once this breaks the resistance of 18,000, I expect a good up move in Nifty small cap index. This is the daily chart of Bank Nifty index. You can see Bank Nifty also, like Nifty, it is in a range, and in the range, within the range, you can see it is trending higher. And if RBI cuts rates in the coming week, we will see further up move in Bank Nifty, and it will cross this resistance of 56,000, and it may touch all time high. Already it is at all time high now. It may go beyond all time high. Now let us look at some of the macroeconomic fundamentals of the market. RBI forex reserves is at 692.7 billion US dollars. It is up by 6.9 billion US dollars for this week. The reserve position is quite good. So that means RBI is in a strong footing. And with the inflation coming down, there are high possibility that RBI may go for 0.25 to 0.5% rate cut in the coming meeting. And if that happens, market will get a good figure to go up. Foreign exchange rate is at 85.53 for one US dollar. Dollar index is at 99.33. Brent crude price is at $62.78 per barrel. Lower crude price coupled with good monsoon, inflation coming down, GDP going up. These are all the good macroeconomic factors that is favoring the markets. There is no reason for market to go for a sharp correction unless there is some new major geopolitical or global development. Gold price is at 94,790 for 10 grams 24 carat. FIIs have sold 419 crore during this week. DIIs have bought 33,144 crores during this week. The DII buying figure looks very large, which includes several block deals. ITC had a block deal, and there were many other companies who had block deals. So, because of those block deals, this figure looks quite big. Otherwise, the net, if we take out those block deals, the net buying also will be just matching the FII selling of 419 crore. That is why we see a consolidation in the market. Quarterly for GDP figure has come at 7.4% growth, which is quite a good growth. It is higher than the estimate for the quarter. Full year GDP growth is at 6.5%. And in this, it is good to note that agriculture and construction sectors have seen good growth. They have pulled up the economic growth on the higher side. So good agricultural growth and record food grain production during this year will ultimately boost the rural economy. And when the rural economy picks up, automobile sector, FMCG sector, several other consumer durables, these all sectors will do good, and they will support the market on the upper side. Quarterly four result season has come to an end. Overall profits has risen by 15.12%. But one thing to note here is profits of small cap companies has risen by 33.9%. That is why we see a lot of buoyancy in the small cap index. Small cap companies have shown good outperformance in their profits, and on the back of the good earnings growth, even though small cap index is trading at a higher historical PE that is justified. So investors should look for opportunities in the small and mid cap good stocks or small and mid cap mutual funds, and they will get good returns in the long term. Monsoon has arrived early and it is widespread. RBI policy meet is in the first week of June. Markets expect a rate cut. If rate cut is 0.25%, that is 25 basis points, it is already priced in. If RBI cuts the rate by 50 basis points, that is 0.5%, we'll see a good breakout in the markets. Mutual fund investors should remain invested. They should continue their SIPs. They will get very good returns in the long term. This is all for this week. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. You can share with your friends. You can ask your questions. We'll meet again next week. Thank you.